So in the world I live, we try and filter through the heart as the leading voice. And I think if I again, I'm going to be quite micro probably about this, but if I think about my interpretation, if we live in a world in the world I live in, or the world as I experience and understand it, generally has a basis that's run on competition, on many different levels, or the idea of competition, the idea of excellence, the idea of one thing or one person being better than another, and striving for a future focus of ideals and heroes. And I think for me, if I look at the world through that lens, I'm not sure that the concept of social justice can even begin. Okay, so I see that as a bar or a shadow, whether it's institutionally, whether it's religious, political. The basic starting point is at odds with the very subject if we want to talk from our humanity. Yes, we've developed a lot of things called ethics and morals to try and help our hearts understand, our heads understand what our heart tells us is fundamentally.
That is so beautiful. We've
Yes.
developed ethics and morals to help our head understand what our heart's been telling us all along. Oh, thank you.
Well, our hearts tell us all along it's just not fair. So for me, at the heart of social conscience, it's not justice is very subjective. What I can't tell you what the word even means. It's an idea. Wouldn't it be great if maybe something we strive for, or if I'm really honest with you, in many respects, waste a huge amount of time conceptualizing something that we could do. But that's again another lens you could use. So if I think a bit that way, which I often do. So I don't feel worldly. I don't feel there's much I can say or do that's going to make a lot of difference. If I'm honest, I can only decide what my world is going to be like and how I want to communicate and be with myself. So I think how I am with myself and my own life experiences, and I could argue that is deeply molded and I think ruled. I don't know what is ruled, but structured, I think, very much by family, by history, culture. So it's a very interesting landscape if you want to try and describe it, evaluate it, prove or disprove something, which this world of scientists does really like to do. Some empirical winning and losing of argument in debate. I'd like to put that aside. I think the only thing that we can decide, and truthfully, it depends what mood you're in. I had a very interesting conversation earlier this morning with a lady at the bank, and I said I'm going to apologise because I'm in a bad mood, and I'm going to pick up on a complaint because I'm in a bad mood. I wasn't very socially aware there. Does that make sense? So mood and how you feel and what's going on will depend how far you're accessing your balance and your fairness and your sense of how you're engaging and the quality of what effect you're having on the people in the world around you. So that's kind of how I thought about it. And I thought, well, the guiding light in that kind of area where we've got other structures that move us away that we might call domination culture. We tend to use another word, which is conscience. Conscience is that voice, um, and truthfully, whether it's through avoidance, evasion, trauma, tranquilizers, too much adrenaline, um, and particularly, I think the world we live in now, I'm not sure how much it goes into deep consciousness or deep conscience, because there is so much to think about. There is, it's all moving so fast.